Hi friends, this is Alaska Crafty Gal Victoria here. I have had several requests on how I sew on my wooden labels onto my hats for the Hat Not Hate anti-bullying campaign. So I thought I'd just pop on really quick and do a quick video on how I attach my wooden labels. What you'll need to do your label is, of course, you'll need your wooden label, you'll need a scissor, your darning needle, your hat, and a piece of thread. Well, not thread, a piece of yarn that matches your hat. Today I am using the Lion Brand Homespun. And I'm going to show you how to attach this. It's very simple. It's very easy. I know a lot of you know how to do this, but for those of you that don't, I hope this video comes in handy for you. So you'll need to thread your darning needle or your tapestry needle or your yarn needle in the same color thread that matches your hat. Some people like to place their labels, I've seen them placed on the side, on the brim. I've seen them attached to the back. I like to put mine right here above the brim. Just like that. That's how I like to do mine, right above. I don't know if this hat's the best to do, but see how I have this brim here? I'll show you on this other hat. See how I have the brim here? It's the front post, back post brim. I like to attach mine right above my front post, back post brim of the hat. So I place my label there. I go in from the back side. Zoom in a little bit. I just go in from the back side. I choose a spot in between the stitches. I don't go in one of these big holes like here. I go into a spot between the stitches. And I just kind of hold it steady. I come in, I usually will start my first one from the underneath. I just come up like this and set it right on top. Sorry, let's show you that again. I come in up underneath and I get in between these fibers. Make sure I just poke it through there, not in a big hole there. I set my label right on top and I make sure, okay, yeah, that's a good spot. That's about where I want it, right in the center of the hat. See, it's like right in the center of the hat. I set it there. I have to be a little bit more careful with this because it is Lion Brand Homespun and it's got this wavy texture to it. So I just put it like that. And when I go back through, I try to go a little, turn it this way. I try to go a little bit under the tag. Not really far under, but just a little bit. So I'll even lift it up and see where this is coming through the bottom here. And I will try to go around the same spot. I just poke it through, make sure I'm not going through both layers of the hat. Just make sure I'm going through this front layer, because the first few times I did this, I accidentally went through both layers. And it was not awesome because I had I had the hat sewed together and it was funny. Well, it was funny after the fact. It wasn't funny during the fact. And then I just put this through. And I do 3 stitches. So I'll do 3 stitches. Get my first one on there. Kind of reposition it. I'll take the working yarn from where I went in at the bottom, and I just kind of put it to the front and hold on to it so I don't sew through it. And then I just come back up. It's going to be a little fiddly when you first start. It's hard to do around a camera too. It's a lot harder. But I just kind of hold it there, come back up through. I'll choose a different spot, a different space. Oh. Make sure I get it in there. I'm holding this other tail out of the way, which is right here. And I come back up, give it a little tug. Give it a little tug right there. Pull it back through. So see, I've got now two. There's one. There's my first one. Sorry about my nails. I don't get them done. I don't have time for that, so my hands are a hot mess. But I got my first one here and my second one here. Let's pull that through. And then I'm going to do that one more time. Come up through the bottom. Come up right through, and I go like from bottom to top. Pull that through. If you hear little dog pitter patter paws, I apologize. All right, so then I got my 3 loops on there, and then I go to the back side, the underside, and now I know some of you crocheters out there will probably gasp in horror because I'm going to do something you do not agree with, but I tie a knot. I do. I tie a knot. I tie not just one knot, but I tie 2 knots. I could have probably done this last one a little tighter. And then I just trim it pretty short, not super short because I want to weave in these tail ends, but I do weave it a little bit short. But before I weave in all these ends and get it all tucked away and neatly done, I always sew on my other side first. So I'm going to go off camera, sew on the other side just like I did this side, and I'll be right back. I'm back. I just got done sewing in the other side. I just sewed in this side just like I did on this one. I went up, started at the bottom, went through the bottom. Remember, I had this string hanging out. I went up and a little bit under and through. I went in and did the same exact method on this side as I did on this side. Make sure it's a little straight, you know. I just keep checking at each pass. I keep checking to make sure this is staying straight. It's a little cattywampus right here, only because I could have probably done this side a little tighter. I was just going through around the camera, so it was a little difficult. But this looks good to me. All I did was, you know, just like I did here, I tied the knots here. I did the same thing over here. I tied in the knots. And like I said, before I weave in all this in, I just want to make sure it looks good, it's sitting straight, and that looks good to me. So all I got to do is weave in my ends. We just weave in our ends like we do on any of our projects that we crochet. We just, or knit, or, you know, loom knit. We just weave in our ends nicely, clean it up, and that's it. That's it. I normally do with the thicker, bulkier yarns like this. I will do 3 on this side and 3 on this side, the stitches. If I'm using a acrylic or sports weight, I'll do 4 or 5 stitches on either side. But that's it. That's as easy as it is. It's super easy. I think it just adds a nice embellishment to the hats we're donating. Of course, you don't have to add that if you don't want to. I just like to do it. It's just my personal preference. But I just wanted to show you this real quick. I had a few, like I said, a couple subscribers ask how I did it. And I hope this helps. That's all I got for you. So I hope this helps you. And I hope you, if you want to order the labels for your Hat Not Hate blue hats for the anti-bullying campaign, that's as simple as it is. All right, guys. Alaska Crafty Gal Victoria here. And until next time, bye-bye.